don't fight for power. I fight the free road for men like them.
Your names will be forgotten!
Empires fall, so do emperors.
This is war! Real war!
Strength and honor.
When a sequel to a beloved movie, let alone a Best Picture winner, is announced, it's natural to feel a mix of excitement and fear. Can it live up to the original? Can it justify its existence? Well, Gladiator II doesn't just live up to the legacy, it elevates it. A film that defies expectations, resonates with timeless themes, and redefines what a sequel can be. So, without further ado, let's dive deep into why Gladiator II is the best movie of the year. The original Gladiator is a cinematic masterpiece. Ridley Scott's first entry into the world of Maximus set the bar for what an epic can be. Balancing breathtaking action with philosophical depth following that is an impossible task, and yet somehow Gladiator II doesn't just follow. It builds on the legacy of the first, and it might even be better. Where the original explored Maximus' quest for vengeance and personal redemption, Gladiator II expands on those ideas, focusing on broader themes like the corruption of power, political manipulation, and the strength of the human spirit. This isn't just a sequel in the traditional sense. It's a continuation, a response to the challenges Maximus set forth. It's a film that mirrors our modern world with its own political chaos and questions about who really holds the power. The world of Rome is ever changing, and with the return to these iconic landscapes, this sequel taps into something bigger, making the audience question the cyclical nature of history. Power is constantly in flux, and the film portrays this uncertainty and struggle incredibly well, making its messages feel urgent and timely. The cast here is nothing short of spectacular. Paul Mescal as Lucius, stepping into the shoes of a character that has inherited the legend of Maximus, brings a quiet intensity. His portrayal of someone torn between the legacy of the past and his own destiny is emotionally gripping. There's a quiet strength in his performance, but it's his vulnerability that truly makes the character resonate. He doesn't need to scream his inner turmoil, it's all in his eyes, the way he carries himself and how his decisions weigh on him throughout the film. Pedro Pascal as Acacius, a general tired of war but has to continue fighting due to the tyranny of the emperors, is full of so many layers and dimensions that just make his character great in this whole tragedy of Rome. And speaking of the emperors, Joseph Quinn, who I really thought was gonna be a little too much, as he was gonna exaggerate his performance. No. He brings an understated depth that strengthens every scene he's in. But make no mistake, this movie truly belongs to the GOAT, Denzel Washington. His performance as the film's quote-unquote main antagonist is magnetic. Every scene is in carries the gravitas and intensity of a man who not only wants power but understands the consequences of it. His portrayal is so layered. He's not just a villain, he's a tragic figure. There's a specific moment where he somewhat delivers a monologue about leadership and sacrifice, and fuck does he cook. If this doesn't get him an Oscar, there's something wrong with the world. Gladiator simply can't be complete without incredible battle sequences, and yeah, this film delivers. In fact, it doesn't waste any time. Within the first 10 minutes, we're treated to jaw-dropping, adrenaline-pumping action that keeps escalating from there. The fights with rhinos, monkeys, and even sharks in a flooded coliseum are insane. The flooded coliseum may be historically inaccurate, but that's dope as and no one can tell me otherwise. But they never feel out of place. They're a natural progression of the first film's imaginative battles amplified by modern technology, and yet it never loses its grounded, gritty edge. This is an action film that doesn't shy away from getting dirty, and that's exactly what we need. The choreography of these battles, flawless. The hand-to-hand combat is raw and realistic, with no quick cuts to hide the action. You feel every punch and sword clash. The sound design plays a huge role in this. It's not just about seeing the action, it's about hearing it, feeling it in your bones. It's immersive, it's intense, and it's everything you want from an action-packed epic. Visually, Gladiator II is an absolute masterpiece, though it leans heavily on CGI, particularly in the larger battle scenes. It never loses the realism and grounded nature of the first film. Everything looks like it belongs and nothing feels out of place. One of the standout features of it is the production design. The film's depiction of ancient Rome feels alive and vibrant. You're not just seeing these iconic landmarks, you're feeling them. Every building, every piece of architecture, from the majestic Colosseum to the bustling marketplaces, is designed to perfection. It doesn't just look like a movie set, it feels like you're walking through history. It's clear that Ridley Scott and his team spared no expense in bringing Rome to life, and it shows. The sets and locations feel as monumental as the story itself. The score of the first Gladiator is iconic, and this movie had to live up to that. While Hans Zimmer did not return, Harry Gregson Williams steps into the role and absolutely nails it. The score blends recognizable elements from both the original with fresh new themes that are both haunting and stirring and epic, and makes you want to join Lucius in the fight. There are moments in this film where the score swells to such intensity that it amplifies every emotion on screen. The music isn't just a background element, it's a character in its own right, shaping the tone of the film and guiding the emotional beats of the story. Gregson Williams does an incredible job balancing the legacy of Zimmer's original compositions while creating something that stands on its own. At its core, Gladiator II is a meditation on legacy. It asks important questions about how the past influences the present and what it means to inherit someone else's dreams, battles, and failures. Maximus may be gone, but his legacy lives on in new faces, new struggles, and a world that continues to seek meaning in chaos. The emotional weight of this film, the way it explores trauma, loss, and the desire for purpose, gives it a depth that transcends its action-packed exterior. Gladiator II isn't just a movie, it's a reflection on the human condition. In the end, Gladiator II is a triumph, the rare sequel that not only meets but exceeds the expectations set by its predecessor. It is a story of legacy, power, and the human condition, which resonates far beyond the confidence of its historical setting. This film isn't just about the return of gladiatorial combat or political intrigue. It's a meditation on what it means to inherit the past and how those who come after can reshape the future. This isn't just a movie, it's a statement. It reminds us that even in the face of immense challenges, the fight for justice, honor, and meaning never truly ends. It also serves as a powerful reminder of the timeless relevance of the messages it conveys, making it an even more important film for our current era. So if you hadn't planned on seeing it, I highly recommend you do. It will stay with you. It leaves a mark not just on your mind but on your heart. It's a masterpiece in its own right, and it will undoubtedly remain one of the most talked about films of the year. With all of these elements coming together so perfectly, I can confidently, without a doubt, say that I give Gladiator II a perfect and well-deserved 10 out of 10. A film that shows some stories are timeless and some legends never die. But that is my opinion. You'll have to let me know what you think of Gladiator 2. Is it as good as the original? Is it better? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.